Well, Jerry Sandusky's wife, Dottie, says her husband is not who everyone says he is. Dottie Sandusky told the Center Daily Times that she still loves her husband despite his conviction in the shocking child sex abuse scandal. Dottie said that she's known Jerry for more than 40 years, and I'm quoting here again. She says he is not who they say he is. The Times said that Dottie wouldn't tell her full story to the paper because right now she's not trusting the press. And Dottie testified, we know, in Sandusky's defense. She told the court that she never saw her husband do anything inappropriate with the young boys that he brought to the house. Sandusky, we know, was found guilty on 45 of 48 counts of child sex abuse last month. So many have wondered about Dottie Sandusky through all this. Is she living in denial? Joining me to discuss this, welcome back to the program, clinical psychologist Michelle Gallen. Michelle, good to see you. So many have wondered about Dottie Sandusky. Yeah, about just her demeanor and where is she in all this? Does this surprise you that she would say this after the fact, still standing by her man?
Unfortunately, it doesn't, because what we know clinically is often individuals like Sandusky are married or have been divorced, but have been in relationships, and that part of that is even in the cover-up of what they are doing and perpetrating. So it's not a surprise.
Okay. What is it like? And we have not heard her story in full, and we're leaning on your expertise here. What must have been like for Dottie Sandusky to sit in that courtroom and hear the testimony of one victim after another and the horrific crimes her husband committed against them?
Well, clearly she is compartmentalizing this, Mike, and is not willing to believe what he has perpetrated on children, and even on her own son who came out, okay? Her own adopted son. What we know about women who stay married and then do not confront the pedophile is that they are often depressed themselves. They have been in marriages that they have felt trapped in a way, but really trapped of their own accord. Let's face it, Mike, the people who did not, the adults that didn't come forward, didn't do so because they didn't want their lives to change, okay? That was Joe Paterno. That was the individuals that are hopefully going to be put in jail themselves now in the university. And that includes Dottie Sandusky. Whatever she did see, she would avoid and not want to see because she didn't want her life as she knew it to be over.
So you say Dottie Sandusky can compartmentalize this to the point where she never would have the moment to go down to the basement and go, oh my gosh, what happened down here? You don't think that moment's happened?
No, I mean, I think that she may have had at different times moments like that, Mike, but again, then she wants to be convinced by Jerry Sandusky. Jerry Sandusky convinced Joe Paterno, okay? So this woman would be easily convinced because she wanted to be, and this is often what we find in wives of people who are watching child porn and doing that sort of stuff. Let's face it, it's not a lot of wives that are turning in husbands. How wives find out is that the cops show up at the house.
Hey, Michelle.
But there are signs, yeah.
So if Dottie Sandusky came to you for help, what's your first question to her? How are you going to try and break through?
I would be just very straightforward and confront her about how does she want her own personal legacy to be. And that's what I always said about Joe Paterno, because there are moments in all of our lives that we have to make hard decisions, even about people that we love. And you know what? She is going to have to face herself. And that's what I would do with her. And I would be relentless of showing her the evidence and talking about what she colluded with.
Got it.
And for her to have to face that.
Okay. Michelle, always good talking to you. Thanks again. Appreciate your expertise. Because, again, so many have wondered, where is she? How could she even say things like she said over the weekend?